I'm making soup, and I was thinking about this model I've been working with and I've been trying to explain. So if you see these two containers right here, right? This is my out, right? This is out. This is in, okay? It's gonna make sense in a second, I think. These are two choices. These are two kind of worlds that we put our attention in. We're attention channels, right? Attention is how we make our world, right? We're constantly choosing between objects of our attention. We can't help that. That's always going to happen. And this attention makes our world. So if I'm constantly putting my attention into the out, this is the out, right? The outside world, the screen world, right? You're looking at a screen, you're doing this right now. You're putting your attention out, and I'm doing this right now by filming it. We're making that world, we're putting our attention out into the world, we're making that world have primacy over us. It sort of has precedence, right? And that's fine. We live in the 3D, right? We got to do this. You got to cross the street, you got to do your laundry, you got to do all this stuff. But what about the the other world? How much are you putting your attention in your inner world, right? This is the inner world. That's an interesting question. That's one I've wrestled with quite a bit, having started my meditation path, a long time ago. But it's a constant choice. Mindfulness, meditation, is choosing to direct your attention inward, right? You're gathering your attention from outside, and then you're bringing it into your inner world, which is just as real and just as important. I would probably argue it should become more important to us if we want to develop as a real human being and find out who we really are. But I'll put a pin in that. So it's a gathering of our energy in towards our inner world. So you're taking the attention you normally put in here, this outer world, right? Full of carrots and celery, and then you're putting it into your inner world. And this is a practice. This is a muscle. This is a training that is really incredible once you start to get a feel for it. You're doing it all the time. You're doing it every day. But how do we do it more? How do we do it more from here, like out of this outer world, and put it into the inner world? How can we do that? Well, very simply, embodiment, breath, mantra, a lot of that kind of stuff. But again, why are we doing this? We're doing it because what you put attention on grows more, right? If I'm going to put attention on my work more than my family, that's got more primacy in my life, and my family's going to feel starved for that attention, and that's going to be an imbalance, really. I mean, that's a very obvious thing. But if I'm just in my life on my phone a lot and, looking a lot of news and watching a lot of shows, I'll find things, not evil, but if I'm doing that more, putting my attention out more into the world, then I'm putting it in myself, into my interior, my inner world. I'm going to start to feel that. I'm going to start to feel ill effects of that. And it's going to suck. A lot of depression, a lot of burnout. And I think we're starting to see that in our world, because there's more and more screens. This sort of screen world outside of us demands more of attention, more of our attention. And I think it's a model that's worth thinking about. If you're interested in mindfulness or meditation, or wondering what's kind of missing in my life here, I suspect sometimes, and I'm not a doctor, but a lot of the time the lack of meaning is because there's too much in this outer container. and not enough is being put in the inner. That's my suggestion. That's something I've experienced. Maybe you feel the same. I'd be interested to know. But I just wanted to pause mid-soup construction and put that model out there because I think it's a really creative and helpful model that we can help frame a lot of our world making power. What world are we actually making? Are we making a world that connects to things in the news and, you know, in media and all of that, more than we're connecting it to our inner world? I think that's a question worth asking. Yeah. Well, enjoy. I'm going to continue with this soup, but maybe that's food for thought and food for me later on.